Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to our second game of the Altitude Adjuster Tournament here at the DRD Roller Dome that is home to Denver Roller Derby as well as Rocky Mountain Roller Derby. And this tournament is hosted by the Denver Roller Derby. So this game from our 12 to 2 p.m. slot will be Santa Cruz Groms A team versus Boston A team. We'll go over the rosters real quick before the game starts.
So the Santa Cruz roster para Santa Cruz va a ser el número 1, Smash Ketchum. Number 66, Alice in Thunderland. Number 101, BZ. 105, Dolly Darko. 1330, F-Bomb. 1958, Speed Demon. Number 221, Yeti or Not, Here I Come. Number 24, Beans, Frijoles. I like that. Number 3, Little Miss Savage. 376, Crom Bomb. 47, Bridget. 594, Lip Buster. 62, T. Ryan. 629, Maddie Masochist. 7, Thunder Breeze. 777, Hyper. 88, Tricksta. Number 9, Flower Power. 926, Blockter Who. 975, Ragan.
Awesome. And for our Boston team, we have number 13, Monsoon. 100, Downer. And let us know if we're saying any of these wrong, guys. We'd appreciate help. 101, Huracan. 1010, Bazooka. 120, Electrocute. 1230, Sparky. 183, Felix Block. Number 2, Slammer. 21, Emily Nolan. 23, Helix. 25, Roxanne Vlick. Number 30, DV's, sorry guys, Harmastus. I might need help with this one from the chat. Devisus Harmastus. 63, Sterluckcherly Unsound. Okay, definitely need some help for those guys. Number 4, Meyer. Number 451, Rage Broadbury. 709, Vertigo Fast. 749, Adams. 869, Rec. And 999, Lemmy Adder. That's what, Lemmy Adder.
Lemmy Adder.
Oh, great. We have some chat. DVS Pharmacist. Oh, like CVS Pharmacist. Oh, great. DVS Pharmacist. Awesome. Devious.
Pharmacist.
Oh, a devious pharmacist. I love that. I love that. Awesome. So looks like we are in our Jam 3. Already got some points on the board with Santa Cruz. Derby Go team has 8 points. And Boston with 0 so far. And our first Santa Cruz jammer. Let's see. It's hard to see, but I think it's Maddie. And Boston is Mayor. Let me get the colors up correct again. Do we know, is Santa Cruz our blue team?
Santa Cruz will be in blue today.
Okay.
Right now we have for the white team 013 Jammy attempting to go on the outside of the track, while number 101 for the blue team has gotten lead jam and fought the 2 blockers in the very front pack to get that. Right now we do have the blue team Santa Cruz coming back in, and we have 101, which is BZ, coming in and calling it off. We are sitting at 11 for Santa Cruz con Boston a 0. empezando estos primeros jams. Estamos en jam número 4.
And apologies, everyone. I had switched up the color, so I think I got it right now on that scoreboard with Boston in blue.
Now, you said Boston's in blue? I thought Boston was Santa Cruz. I'm sorry.
I think I keep mixing it up too. It's hard. Okay. What is 066 is blue. Okay, they are blue. I just got that confused again. Sorry, everyone.
No worries. So Santa Cruz is going to be in blue. Right now,
blue.
we do have Yeti or not. Here I come. Número 2221 in the box for Santa Cruz at this time. And so this next jam, we will be starting with the white team with all 4 blockers on the track, while the blue team, Santa Cruz, tiene solo 3 bloqueadoras en la pista en estos momentos. Los 2 jammers que están para blanco va a ser, I want to say that is Dolly Darko, but I don't trust me on that. I can't see that far away. For the jammers, number
looks like our Boston jammer, Bazooka Bubblegum, is still at the
Bazooka Bubblegum is in the white. Number 1010, the jammer for the white team, is trying to go up against Yeti and number 7. And I cannot see another of the Santa Cruz blockers as forming a tripod in the front. While number 3 for the blue team has been able to sneak past them to go ahead and is being pointed as lead jammer.
That'll be Little Miss Savage. That is a
Little
fun
Miss
name.
Savage. La Chiquita Salvaje.
Yeah. Looks like they called it off with, I think, 4 points for Santa Cruz for that jam.
4 points for Santa Cruz. Entonces ahora Santa Cruz está 23. Todavía tenemos 0 puntos para el equipo de Boston, pero no hay problema, todavía hay bastante tiempo en este juego. Tenemos a 2 bloqueadoras. El número 183 is now standing in the blocker box, and there's a second blocker in the penalty box. I'm sorry, penalty box, not blocker box.
Number 626 got lead jammer. That is our Maddie.
Right? No.
Oh,
Maddie Masochist.
Maddie Masochist. Another great derby name.
Mm-hmm.
Calling it off with 3 points for the jam for Santa Cruz. 26 for Santa Cruz to 0 Boston. But we are only in jam 7 in period 1, so it is still early.
We do have 2 white blockers in the box at this time right now for Boston. Las 2 bloqueadoras que están en la cajita de penalty en estos momentos son del equipo de Boston. So we have a 2-to-4 blocker ratio on the track at this time. 4 for the blue team, which is Santa Cruz.
Those 2 Santa... Ooh. Getting
Wow.
through with Santa Cruz. Oh, no, penalty for 101 Huracan. Let's see what that looks like, a forearm. No? No, a cut.
So this is a power jam now for the white team, number 4. They have an opportunity to be able to put points on the board.
That'll be number 4 is Mare for Boston.
Mare is coming back in the track, and now she is engaging her the opposing blue blockers, who are attempting to keep her in the track. I'm sorry, not. She's trying to stay in the track. They're trying to take her off the track at this time, and she's doing a lot of spinning moves, everything legal, trying to keep up in the front, and has made her way up to the front of the pack. Oh! While one more blue blocker tried to catch her, but could not.
Where is our
Huracan has been released
There we
back
go.
into the track and has made it through the pack from the penalty box and is coming back around for her scoring pass.
It's number 101, Huracan.
Denied. Le
Denied.
dijeron que no al Huracán. The blockers are doing an incredible job here because the jammer cannot really be fabulous without fabulous blockers.
Exactly.
Right now there is nobody in the box. All blockers, all jammers on the track.
We got Allison Thunderland jamming for Santa Cruz and Monsoon for Boston. And again, Boston is that white team and Santa Cruz is the blue team. Allison Thunderland getting recycled, coming through on the outside. Bit of a tight pack there. Let's see, Monsoon just pushing through that blue wall, trying to get that lead jammer status.
Allison Thunderland is the jammer for the blue team, working her way in the back of the pack, has gotten through, almost got out. However, number 1230 Sparky from the white team was issued a penalty for a forearm on the blue jammer, and now
Looks like
the
Alice
blue jammer
got a
has
cut.
gone back
Yeah.
into the penalty box.
So power jam for Boston's Monsoon. Number 13. Oh, cut for Monsoon, or is that a cut as well?
I think it is a cut. I did see that outside ref either say forearm or cut or something, but definitely did something to be sent to the box. Now the jammer for the white team, 013, is in the box as the other blue jammer was released, since we always want a jammer on the track.
Yeah, that would be an interesting game if there was both jammers on the penalty box. Just blocker on blocker, block.
Blocker on blocker blocking.
Which blockers love to do. Just fun to do some offense.
Now both jammers are on the track. Las dos jammers están en la pista en estos momentos tratando de apuntar puntos. Al terminar el jam número, creo que era número 8, vamos al número 9, han mandado a la bloqueadora Doctor Who 926 a la caja de penalty en estos momentos para servir sus 30 segundos de una multa.
So we got Little Miss Savage for Santa Cruz again. And let's see. We'll figure out that Boston blocker in a sec. Oh, Vert Go Fast, number 709 for Boston.
Now the pack, as you can see, has even gone kind of backwards now, which is they're kind of dominating that one turn before the skate rats jammer line.
It is a mouthful.
It is. As Little Miss Salvaje is trying to make it through the pack of 3-4 against her in the very back of the pack, and is recycled again, and now we have the pack spreading out. Blue is in the front and the white team is in the back. So Santa Cruz is in the front.
Keeping a very tight pack.
Very tight pack. We do have a jammer penalty for the blue jammer for Santa Cruz, number 3, Little Miss Savage.
That'll be a cut penalty. Another one for 183 from Boston. Looks like a A direction penalty.
Para el número del jam número 10, vamos a empezar con el jammer azul de Santa Cruz, pagando una multa de 30 segundos para un penalty. So es un power jam para el equipo blanco de Boston. Está luchando la número 30 de Boston para sacar lead jammer.
Is that,
Devious
harm
assist.
Harm assist. See Little Miss Savage getting recycled to the back of the pack as DVS comes through.
Little Miss Savage has taken off the jammer helmet. It is in her hand, and she has passed it to number 221, the pivot for Santa Cruz, Yeti.
Oh, but they call off the jam before that new Santa Cruz jammer can get through.
Now the score has gotten close again. We are at 26 to 23.
It's a close score.
Estamos con el puntaje de 26 a 23.
Oh, and thank you, Banshee Betch. That's good to know. We can call DVS harm assist pills.
Pills! Oh, that's
pills,
even
pills,
better.
pills.
Pills for harm assist. Right now, we do have Santa Fe. For Santa Fe, I have number 626 jamming, getting lead jam. That is going to be Maddie Masochist.
And for Boston, we have Bazooka Bubblegum. Looks like they've taken off that that helmet cover, potentially for a star pass, but let's see. Looks like Santa Cruz
is on the pivot for the opposing team.
Nice.
So that is going to be number 2 on the white team is going to be the pivot.
That'll be MC Slammer. Another great name. MC Slammer.
Slammer.
Total of 8 points so far for Santa Cruz as MC Slammer still tries to get through.
Right on the outside, and you can see that outside ref shaking their head yes. That 626 did stay in, does not get a track cut, and continues jamming, scoring points. We do have a successful pivot pass and a successful getting out of the pack for number 2 for the one once pivot.
Yes.
Ended jammer for Boston.
Looks like Santa Cruz got 12 points for that jam, increasing their score to a total of 38 for Santa Cruz and Boston 23. Boston quickly going through to get that lead jammer status. Santa Cruz close behind with 101. Looks like BZ, and Boston was Mayor. Quick moving pack.
Very quick.
Boston calls it off. I love the Boston pink kneecaps on
pink kneecaps on Mayor.
Yeah, those are great.
And it actually does help me see her a little bit better.
Yeah.
We do have the penalty box empty right now, and so I just heard a whistle.
Oh, it looks like an official timeout for track maintenance.
Ahorita es un tiempo libre, un timeout, porque vamos a arreglar la pista.
We're having our own glutes, our camera operator going down to help with some track maintenance. Just goes to show how everybody is so helpful here at Derby Games. Everybody just wants to help out and make sure it all goes well.
aquí en nuestra comunidad de roller derby. Y en estos momentos les vamos a tomar un poco de tiempo para recordarles de nuestros sponsors que nos están ayudando con diferentes cosas aquí en el torneo de Denver. Uno de ellos va a ser 187 Pads, que también se pueden comprar en otro lugar donde también nos están sponsoring, que va a ser Skate Rats. You know what I am missing, though? I'm missing that we don't have the names of all our crew who's on here right now. I can see Jim Class Hero as one of our refs. I can also see one of my favorites because I like the name. Oh, grrr.
Oh, grrr.
And then 161 for our outside refs. Jam has started, and the white team 013. Boston is in the lead for our lead jammer status.
And that's Monsoon again. Sneaking through quickly through the pack and calling it off. Getting 4 points for Boston, catching up 29 Boston, Santa Cruz 40. And for those of you just joining, we're trying out a second camera display this tournament. So we'll be switching between our main display here in the back corner by turns 1 and 2. And then we have a new camera that we're showing here that goes over turns 3 and 4 in that jam start. So let us know what you think.
We do have one of the Boston blockers going to the box at this time. It is number 1958. Speed Demon. However, both of the jammers are still in the packs with the blue jammer, number 3, for Santa Cruz at the very front, except the other jammer and the packs are kind of catching up to each other.
Oh, looks like 709 Vertigo Fast is in the penalty box with a power jam for Little Miss Savage. Looks like Vertigo did a cut. Ooh.
Strong hit from
the 1230.
1230 on number 3.
Yeah. Honestly, I do find it kind of fun when you get those strong hits and you fly onto the. It hurts a little bit, but it's kind of fun.
I have to agree. And already on another scoring pass for the Santa Cruz jammer.
Looks like we got Vertigo back in the track, fighting against those Santa Cruz blockers. They're doing a really good job, especially that 926. Keeping them back.
Little Miss Savage is deciding to call it off.
Pass. Right as they called it off. You can see the pivot went to the threw the star up in the air when they got over there, like it wasn't worth it anyway. Showing a little frustration. Looks like we got Bazooka Bubblegum up for Boston, and what is that, Massey Masochist again for Santa Cruz.
And Santa Cruz does get out first, number 626 in the blue, coming back around very quickly. And the other jammer is about half a track length away from her. Y esa jammer para Santa Cruz era Blocker Who. Blockter Who, como Doctora Who.
Doctor Who.
Huh?
My slow cans giving.
I think they're very slow.
Mm-hmm.
Keep forgetting about the second
they get over there, then we should switch to sections so we can see them better. Like, past this person.
So we got BZ for Santa Cruz coming out as lead jammer, but with Pills right behind them.
We're going to see what this blue jammer is going to decide to do. And 101 is going to call it off. BZ is like, you know, I have a rhyme and reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get it. It's a very quick jam. Got Santa Cruz at 46 points total, Boston at 29. It's 7 minutes left of this period 1.
7 minutos en este periodo de roller derby, del segundo juego de Denver Roller Derby High Altitude Torneo. Blue jammer's on the track, and the white jammer is trying to make her way on the very outside, and she tries to stay in. However, the refs on the outside, even though she would have been first, they're saying that she did get a cut, so she cannot get lead jam.
Yeah, I think I saw the one wheel go right out of it, and then it's hard to know though when you're not looking at the line and you're just trying to skate fast.
So now 0-6-6 for Santa Cruz. Allison Thunderland has made her way through the pack and is coming back around after gathering those 4 points, coming in for another 4, otros 4 puntos contra las bloqueadoras.
We got Mare coming back in at the back of the pack. We can do it. It's got on our new camera look, looking at that turn 3 a little better as Mare comes through, but the jam is called off. Go back. Yeah. So notice like notice jam starts. It's good when like here
Jam start, switch, or like 5 seconds, switch, and then we get the jam start. Like, I don't know.
So it looks like we got a team timeout right now.
And that team timeout went to, I'm sorry, I wasn't watching.
Wasn't sure.
The white team or the blue team?
I am unsure.
Oh,
Let's
puede ser,
see.
or it could be the refs. I see our NSO pointing towards the inside of the track with the timeout, so I'm not really sure.
Maybe it is an official review or official timeout.
Yeah, I think it might have been an official timeout, being what she is pointing at, and so.
Looks like we got Little Miss Savage again for Santa Cruz, and Monsoon for Boston, with Monsoon pushing through to be lead jammer. Little Miss Savage taking off that that helmet cover, trying to make a pass. It's like 2-2-1 from Santa Cruz got a cut.
Yeti did get a cut for Santa Cruz and is going to serve some time in the penalty box. And from what I'm noticing, it is going to be as a jammer.
I think so. And for either of those that are new to Derby, the penalty box, they'll sit for 30 seconds. That last 10 seconds, they'll stand before re-entering the track. So you can kind of watch, if you can see them on the stream, watch as they stand. But
Y eso es lo que nosotros le decimos un power jam, un jam de poder para el 0-1-3 de Boston. Power jam is over now. And Yeti 2-2-1 está de regreso apuntando puntos o lista para entrar como jammer para Santa Cruz.
looks like Monsoon again through for 4 points. That gives it a total of 8 points for the jam for Boston. But Yeti
Yeti sale también
Yeah, he's not far behind. See if Monsoon keeps going or calls it off. There you go. Called it off, and I think they got 3 more points.
3 more points from the referee wearing the white on the wrist. So 3 points go to the white jammer.
Gives us a total of Boston at 40, Santa Cruz 55. Only a 15-point gap.
Solo hay 15 puntos en estos momentos entre los dos equipos. 15 puntos.
Got those blockers starting at that pivot line. It is a different strategy. Lets the jammers get a little bit more of a speedy startup.
Maddie Masochist 626 jamming for Santa Cruz.
Nice. Looks like we got Vertigo again, 709 for Boston. Oh. Oh, that is a tight pack. No, nobody's wanting to let these jammers through.
626 is trying from the inside, de adentro de la pista, también de afuera de la pista, pero no puede salir ella primero. Ahorita está saliendo primero de Boston, 709.
Oh, tried an apex jump. I think that's Vertigo. Yep, 709.
Trató de saltárselo de dentro de la pista, que llamamos un apex jump. No se pudo saltar y salir, pero se pudo salir la patinadora de Santa Cruz, que va a ser el jammer número 7. Thunder Breeze.
Ooh, Thunder Breeze.
Thunder Breeze.
That's a great name. It makes you feel it. You're like,
Yeah,
the thunder, but the
Thunder
breeze. Yeah. Okay, looks like Boston got 4 points for that jam, reducing our gap to 9. So Santa Cruz 55, Boston 44.
No, son 11. No. 9?
55. Yeah, did they add that up?
Is it 11 points different?
Oh, 11s.
11.
11, yes.
11 puntos de diferencia.
I calculated wrong.
No hay
Mental
problema,
math,
no hay problema.
not my best. No,
Y ahorita la jammer del equipo de azul con Santa Cruz. Número 101 sale primero como lead jammer.
That BZ.
Se llama BZ.
Against Pills. Ooh.
749 is past the jammer helmet cover for the white team in Boston, and now is going to be the jammer. However, denied.
So looks like a BZ. It looks like Banshee saying that stands for breezy. So BZ breezy.
BZ breezy.
Love that. And I'm loving all the shout outs in the chat. Feel free to shout out where you're from, where you're listening from, and who you're listening for.
And we're even shouting out for our refs.
Yes, and the refs.
Y BZ, como breezy, pero con BZ. Oh, no, dice I was correcting my spelling. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, we got it.
Cool. BZ.
BZ.
Looks like I got some strategy talk going on while we have an official review on the track.
They do. And at this time, you know what? It's a good time to talk about our announcers. No, that's me. I'm announcing.
We are announcing.
We
We're
should
those.
talk about our
We should,
announcers.
Yeah.
No.
About us.
Sponsors. Again, Skate Rats is sponsoring our Jammer skate line today. And for la cerveza, siempre cerveza, Ratio Beer Works, and Trash Hawk Tavern van a ser los que nos van a estar dando la cerveza para el after party ahora.
Oh, yes. Definitely come to the after party at the Trash Hawk and feel the fur wall. I might need to stop by.
Sí, la
Feel
fur
the fur
wall.
wall. I've talked about it so much on the stream. I've just never felt it. Okay, I'm going to see while we have this official review if I can find a better roster for our officials.
I do see a Rita Slayworth, who is also one of our referees for today.
Nice. It looks like we got a list. Okay, I see now how the. So we got Carmen Dragon, Gym Class Hero, Goldie Knox, Johnny Demonic, Rita Slayworth, McWinkle, Thriller, Ogre,
That's it.
and that's it for today.
For our skating
For our
officials.
skating officials. And then our non-skatings are Locomotive, Derriere, Bang Test, Loud Llama, Montana Mauler, Fatherhood, Decider, Kyle Cal Crocodile, and Sonar. So we really appreciate them doing the officiating for this game.
Right now we do have I can tell one blocker is in the box. It is Yeti as the pivot, but we do have the jammer for Santa Cruz already getting lead jam 066. Va a ser Allison Thunderland. Pero ya sale Bear, número 4, enfrente para Boston. Para ya poder apuntar puntos, pero no puede. Dice denied.
Denied. So we're on that jam 22 with 5 seconds left. We'll see if they get another jam in before period 1 is over. Looks like we might just go to intermission.
En este momento ya estamos escuchando el pito de los referees que dice que vamos a estar en intermisión. Este es su tiempo, pues, si quieren ya una cerveza a las 12:30 Mountain Time, ya es tiempo de cerveza. Puede ser, yeah, it could be beer time at 12:30 Mountain Time now. But we are taking an intermission for 15 minutos or so, and we'll be back with the second half of the game.
Awesome. Talk to you all soon. Welcome back, everyone, to our altitude adjuster tournament for the Denver Roller Derby, hosted at the Roller Dome, home to Denver Roller Derby and Rocky Mountain Roller Derby. We have Santa Cruz Groms A versus Boston A team, and we are starting off in our period 2 first jam. And this is Peaches and Scream, go by Scream here, as well as Civil War, and for the announcing, and then Glutes for the camera. We got Pills on for Boston Jammer and Alice in Thunderland for our Santa Cruz Jammer. With Pills quickly pushing to the front. Number 3-0.
There is a no pack called. However, no penalties were called during that time. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Number 88, Santa Fe for El Equipo Azul, has gone to the penalty box. And at that same time, right as I said that, 066 jammer for the blue team, para El Equipo Azul, sale pero no es lead jammer. Whenever you see a ref kind of doing the swan dance thing, that is no lead.
That's the no lead, yeah.
You're not the lead.
Okay, looks
Y
like
tenemos Mayor
for that
para
Boston.
Boston, empezando como jammer, y para el equipo azul,
Ooh,
tenemos a Little Miss Savage,
savagely getting through that pack.
salvajemente.
Coming through on the outside. Ooh, they tried to get her with the butt block.
And a dip, and
Mayor right on Little Miss Savage's toes.
and is able to get in the front, yelling to her team, wanting to get some points, and calling it right off.
Mayor almost got some there, but let's see. Santa Cruz 6, 67 total, and Boston 48 total. Loving this Boston blocker with the shiny gold helmet. That is a fun helmet.
Sparky.
Yeah, Sparky.
Helmet.
Sparky, I love that.
Number 1230, Sparky, is blocking for Boston. And Boston is going to be out first, 0-1-3.
Monsoon. Looks like Sparky got a penalty. Was a directional.
Y en estos momentos está el número 626, que no es el lead jammer, pero la estaban trayendo para atrás para hacer como un reciclo. Pero no pudo entrar con suficientemente tiempo y el otro jammer called it off. Ahorita tenemos una bloqueadora, también Sparky, con el casco de color como sparkly. Todavía está en la caja de penalty. It is a 3-4 blockers.
Looks like we got BZ, number 101, up for Santa Cruz again. And it's a Bazooka Bubblegum for Boston. With
BZ Santa Cruz does make her way out. 101 coming back around, about half a track out to start making her scoring pass.
101 still trying to push through that blue Santa Cruz wall. Or sorry, not 101. Bazooka Bubblegum as 101 BC getting recycled.
Very similar numbers.
Oh, that's why, yeah. 1010. 101. Looks like BZ has called off that jam.
Santa Cruz a 70 puntos con el equipo de Boston a 51 puntos. Empezando nuestra segunda parte del segundo juego del torneo de Denver Roller Derby.
We got Pills up again for Boston and Alice in Thunderland again for that Blue Santa Cruz. Pills quickly getting through that pack. Well, Alice in Thunderland is still pushing. Pills getting recycled. Well, Alice is back at the pack, and Pills is through for 4 points. And
el jammer de Santa Cruz se ha quitado el helmet cover de jammer. La tiene en la mano, pero se pasa con la ayuda del número 777.
Was there a pass? Or just
There's no pass, just the hold. A jammer hold.
Potential pass.
Potential pass. We're at 70 for Santa Cruz and 59 for Boston.
Keeping a very close score range. And you'll notice those helmet passes. It is a strategy to when you don't get that lead jammer status to try and pass it.
Or helmet cover.
Or
passes.
helmet cover.
Yes.
Yeah, helmet pass. that would be interesting. That might be a little dangerous.
Ooh, and number 3, for Santa Cruz, Little Miss Savage, La Salvaje está en posición para poder apuntar puntos. La tratan de pagar las bloqueadores 1-8-3, pero no la pueden parar.
Little Miss Savage on Mare's tail. Calling it before Mare can get any points.
I'm sure she does not want to get Mare into a dangerous position where there could be points gotten, because a lot of these jammers son muy rápidos y Mare, si la dejas entrar a este grupo de bloqueadoras, ella te las va a tirar todas al suelo.
Yeah.
Everybody to the ground.
Yes. It's interesting watching adults versus juniors. I've watched a few juniors game, and they don't call it off as early. They'll just kind of let the other team get some points as they rack up a bunch. It's just different strategies.
Different strategies. Right now we have the blockers trying really hard at the front, the white blockers. So, but one is being called on a multiplayer. That's going to be 101 for Boston.
That's Huracan.
However, Santa Fe is making a quick, gosh, I can't even think of the word. She did it so quick.
I know.
Ya viene otra vez.
Yeah.
Mírala, ahí está. Otra vez para pasarse otros 4 puntos. Y el pack está adelante, están diciendo los referees. Ahora pack está con la número 7, que está manteniendo la distancia de los dos conjuntos de bloqueadores.
You can see they are.
La pack está en medio. Había un no pack, no había un pack, entonces la tienen que dejar ir al 6-2-6 de Santa Cruz.
We have a total score now of Santa Cruz 82, Boston 59. Looks like we got Vertigo. Vertigo Fast up again for Boston as the jammer, and BZ again for Santa Cruz. You'll notice the pairings often are similar. There's only so many jammers on a team, so they often will play against each other multiple times. It's like 1-8-3 to the penalty box with a
Multiplayer possibly
multiplayer?
for Felix blocks?
I think so. Quick jam called off. I think no points for either team.
We were going to start with the pack. We are going to start with a pack advantage for Santa Cruz over Boston. Tres bloqueadores para Boston y todos los 4 bloqueadores para Santa Cruz, y empiezan. so close.
very
Both jammers
close.
are coming out casi a la misma vez. And because they were so close, algunas veces dice ya nomás, no, estamos muy cerca. It's too close.
Too close. Can't let the other team get any points,
No.
even if you might get a few.
In this situation, it wouldn't have been advantajoso a seguir.
They were so close that it was likely both of them were going to get that 4 points
Sí.
if one of them was. Looks like we got Monsoon up again for Boston and Little Miss Savage for Santa Cruz, with Little Miss Savage getting through on that lead jammer status. Boston quick behind. Calling it before Boston gets any points. Quick jam again. These are some very fast-paced teams. It makes sense. These are, it looks like the A teams for both Santa Cruz and Boston. So they are probably some of the fastest we'll see today.
And you could tell Little Miss Savage is showing a lot of emotion over there. She's calling it with strategy. I can see over here that their jammer coach is also on one of these lanes, letting the jammers know when to call it off.
There's a big thing about roller derby, communication, listening for your coaches. There's a lot going on, and you have to be able to pick out those voices and hear what they're saying. As well as your team members.
Yes.
I know I'm still learning to listen for the team members versus the other team when you're in your pack. Looks like 2 points for Santa Cruz in that jam, 4 points for Boston, bringing it up to 88 for Santa Cruz, Boston 63.
Estamos en el jam número 11 con Santa Cruz tiene 88 puntos y Boston Roller Derby tiene 63.
Looks like we got Bazooka Bubblegum up again for Boston and BZ for Santa Cruz. Little B versus B.
BZ es asignada lead jammer. Salió ella primero. Y ahorita está pasándose, ya se pasó, son 4 puntos en esa primera pasada. Coming back around, right through the 2 blockers in the back. For 101 Santa Cruz. En estos momentos vamos a tener un Power Jam para Santa Cruz. La apuntadora va a ser BZ.
Got those 2 blockers re-entering the track for a full 4-on-4 for the blockers. Calling it off before that jammer gets back on the track, so they'll have to start one off with a jammer in the box.
Which, for those that are new to Derby, that's also a strategy that is used, is to control how many blockers and which jammer is on the track. Entonces, en estos momentos, cuando dejan a un jammer adentro de la caja de penalty, cuando están empezando un nuevo jam, algunas veces decimos que se está icing, que la estás poniendo en hielo a la chera. O si juegas coer al chero, ¿no? Entonces, pero en esta ocasión sí vamos a ice a el jammer, a ponerla en hielo antes de empezar. Entonces va a tener la ventaja Santa Cruz.
Looks like that's the end of the team timeout. Starting off on jam number 12. In period 2 of this game, got 17 minutes left.
Empezamos con el Power Jam para el equipo de Santa Cruz en estos momentos. Todas las bloqueadoras blancas están tratando de parar al equipo azul. Y en estos momentos ellos pudieron agarrar una penalty para el jammer de Santa Cruz. Dejan entrar al otro jammer del equipo blanco. Bazooka.
Bazooka Bubblegum. Getting a little offense help for 1-2-3-0. Sparky. Tight pack over there in turn 3. Looks like Alice in Thunderland is re-entering the track.
We have full packs and both jammers on the track now, sitting at 100-63. Both jammers currently struggling to get through the packs. However, the Santa Cruz jammer, number 066, has been successful and is coming back around. And jumps that apex.
Very nice apex jump.
Con un gran salto al apex, ella se pudo saltar el número 066 para obtener todos sus 4 puntos, aunque estaba en el aire.
Looks like we had a start pass. Number 149, Adams.
Is this the first time we've seen Adams
I think so.
jam?
I think so.
Esta creo que es la primera vez que hemos visto que Adams para Boston toma el jammer helmet cap.
We got Sparky going to the penalty box for a low block. So there'll be one blocker down for Santa Cruz for this next, or Boston for this next jam.
Vamos a tener una bloqueadora para el equipo de Boston en la caja de timeout.
Looks like we're starting off with Monsoon against Little Miss Savage again for our jam number 14 in period 2. Very quick start to the jam with Little Miss Savage getting through for lead jammer.
Very physical at this time, as there is some offense getting in the back trying to get the Santa Cruz jammer out, but is caught and va a terminar, va a decir no voy a terminar este jammer ahorita. No puedo salir.
Yep. That gets our Santa Cruz up by 2 points, or up another 2 points, 112 versus 65 for Boston. But we still have 15 minutes left. Boston just needs a few high-scoring jams to catch up, which is totally possible.
Especialmente con Mare, que está ahorita jamming para Boston.
Yes.
Y para Santa Cruz, vamos a ver 6, 2, 6. Pero en este momento le están dando un forearm, un penalty al jammer de Santa Cruz. Y solo queda Mare. Número 4, con Boston.
Okay.
Dangerous.
Very dangerous. Are they on a power jam now?
Sí.
Looks like.
Sí, están en un power jam. Un jam de poder.
Oh, I like it in the Spanish version better.
¿Verdad que sí?
Yeah.
De poder. Vámonos, Mare.
Mare getting through those first set of Santa Cruz blockers, getting recycled in turn 3 as, who's that for our jammer, for Santa Cruz re-entering the pack, 626. Oh, Boston. Oh, that is Maddie Masochist. That was Maddie Masochist. Mare still going through. Let's see if they call it off before Maddie gets past. Little jammer on jammer blocking there. Ooh.
Mare hit straight in the chest. Does go down. Unfortunately, one of their other blockers is coming back on that inside lane. It was by their own blocker contact, but it did hit in the head, and we just... It is an accident, pero es muy peligroso cuando algunas de nuestras patinadoras, aunque no quieran, pues algunas veces se pegan en la cabeza, aunque sea tu propio equipo, y en ese momento tienes que tomar un break, ¿no? Tomar un poquito de agua, algo, and this is why we have our EMTs and all our non-skating volunteers who we thank para estar aquí con nosotros.
Definitely.
one of our EMTs, va a chequear a Mare para ver que ella se sienta bien y que no le hayan pegado muy fuerte en la cabeza. Y ahorita ella está regresando con el EMT a su bench.
And I think one of those EMTs is our own Denver Roller Derby Cosmo. So it's always good to see our own teammates on the track,
to see 'em.
in the EMT. We're very appreciative. This game would not be possible without those EMT here. We would almost have to have a on standby.
Standby.
Yeah.
No podemos empezar nuestro juego sin nuestros paramédicos que están aquí con nosotros para ayudarnos cuando nos caemos. Es un juego de contacto completo, ¿no? Full contact sport.
Looks like we got Pills up for Boston, up against Maddie Masochist again for Santa Cruz, who is still in that in the penalty box. So power jam for Pills. Got some white blockers helping with offense. That's a very strong Santa Cruz blue wall, though. Pushing Pills, trying to push them to that inside of the track, or now outside, trying to get them off the track, slow them down.
Both jammers are now on the track.
Yeah.
626 for Santa Cruz está atrás con 3 bloqueadoras que le están tratando de parar en estos momentos y si pueden la van a tratar de sacar afuera de la pista. Pleito con pleito con las personas atrás de la pista y las bloqueadoras adelante. Ahora han llegado a 2 bloqueadoras que pudieron sacar a Boston Jammer afuera y la están reciclando.
That was a rough fall for Pills. It's part of the hard part about this sport. You fall, you get hurt, you got to get right back up.
Right
the game
back
is
up.
Still going. Helps with the adrenaline, though. Keeps away the pain until you sit down. Calling off that jam.
We did hear multiple whistles right before that call off, and I wasn't sure what was going on, but there was also, it looked like to me un poquito de confusión, a little bit of confusion on the track also. Y la jammer de ese equipo, the jammer was like, ¿qué estamos haciendo? Mira, ¿y Yeti está dentro del box o está fuera del box?
Right.
No sé.
I don't know.
No sé. Están pidiendo un timeout el equipo de Santa Cruz.
Okay. Santa Cruz timeout. Well, one of our other sponsors here at the Roller Dome is the Sisu mouth guards. That's what you have to wear a mouth guard to play roller derby. It's to protect your teeth and your jaw. So we really appreciate Sisu and all the designs they've done to increase the effectiveness of the mouth guards. They're designed with athletes in mind. Say goodbye to the old bulky mouth guards and talk, breathe, and drink easily with Sisu. They're ultra lightweight and super comfortable, and it's the only mouth guard you'll need. I know they have holes through them too, so it makes it easier to drink water without having to take them out, and easier to talk. So definitely shout out to Sisu. We got Jam 16 starting with Vertigo Fast for Boston Jamming and Santa Cruz BZ. BZ pushing through at the top of the pack. Looks
Out
like
of play.
Sorry, number 21 was out of play. The bridging of the pack wasn't far enough.
El jammer de Santa Cruz puede salir es el número 101 BZ. Y después de obtener sus puntos, decidió a llamar el jam off.
Total score right now is 120 for Santa Cruz, 74 for Boston. Boston is catching up. We have about 9 minutes left, so a few more jams.
Un gran salto por el número 066 que ya viene rápidamente otra vez a obtener más puntos y puede mantener un pie adentro, un patín adentro de la pista para obtener todos los 4 puntos.
It was very quick.
Y otra vez,
Yeah, again.
muy rápido, como dice Scream. Muy rápido. Viene
Wow.
otra vez con
Yeah.
una rapidez.
It's almost like the blockers didn't even see them.
No, no pudieron.
Which honestly, it is kind of hard to see the if you don't know specifically who the jammer is and don't see them at the beginning, everything looks like a blue blur.
Yes.
Yeah. Looks like we got Pills up again for Boston versus Little Miss Savage for Santa Cruz.
Pills llega por primero para el equipo de Boston, número 30. There is a pivot helmet cover pass for the Santa Cruz team
It's like
to
that's-
number 7.
Smash Ketchum. Or no, sorry, number 7.
Oh,
Thunder Breeze. I think that's the first time we've seen them jamming.
I think so.
Got Pills coming around for another scoring pass. Just got 4 points. Came around for another 4 points as the blockers were confused by a penalty.
And now the whole pack is kind of moving backwards to try to catch Pills, pero no pueden. Boston blocker being called to the penalty box, number 100. Downer. Now we do see some contact just a little bit from number 7 to Pills as they're both jamming for their teams.
You can tell everybody's getting a little tired in these last few minutes of the game. They're pushing hard, but getting a little slower speed skating.
And both of the jammers are still neck to neck right
Neck,
now.
yeah, nobody wants to call it off.
Nobody wants to call it off. There is an advantage to this for one of the teams.
I think Boston
Number
is
7.
in the lead, so they're probably just trying to get points. They got 20 points in that jam, so 94 to Boston, or 97 to Boston, 140 to Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz lleva 142 puntos, y mientras que Boston Roller Derby lleva 97. En estos tiempos, ahorita está el jammer del equipo de Santa Cruz, el equipo azul, ha obtenido un penalty y está en la caja para servir su infracción, que creo que va a ser un track cut. Entonces dice que cortó la pista. One of the blockers from the white team was trying to recycle the jammer for Santa Cruz back, and she came in before that blocker, and so therefore she does get a cut and does go to the box.
I'm going to do a shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you for all the love for both teams. It's really nice to see all the players getting shout outs. And that was a crazy monster jam for Pills.
Y se está preparando Mare. She is looking at them like with viciousness right now. And the whistle has blown. Power jam for Boston.
Mare getting recycled to the back.
And
No?
is being called on a penalty right now.
Penalty. That's what
unfortunately.
is confusing.
So she is going to the box, number 4, and is being traded out with Santa Cruz's.
Looks like that was
Jammer.
a back block, potentially.
Y ahora va a ser un power jam, un jam de fuerza para el número 7. Number 7 is able to hop on that inside line, go across, but does get hit by 183. However, the hit was not legal at this time, so she does get to come back in, but number 183 from the white team does get sent to the penalty box to serve 30 seconds.
That'll be Felix Block for 183.
Both packs are getting squished together. During that squish, the Santa Cruz was able to pass the cover for the jammer to the pivot.
Whoa. Massive apex jump.
El jammer para Santa Cruz trata de saltársela dentro de la pista, pero en ese momento ella corta la pista, entonces tiene una infracción para irse a la cajita de infracciones, the penalty box. We are filling up a little bit in the
Yeah.
box right now. We do have 2 of the Santa Cruz skaters in the penalty box, one of them being the jammer. And for the Boston team, we do have 183 as una bloqueadora que está sentada en la cajita de penalty. Uh-oh.
Sounds like we got some booze in the crowd.
Tenemos a disagreement.
Yeah, they may have not
les
agreed with those
gustó
penalties.
Penalties.
It's always hard being an official and having so many people watching
Absolutely.
and scrutinizing your calls. Looks like we got Monsoon out for lead jammer status, with Speed Demon still in that penalty box.
Y Monsoon va a ser la única jammer ahorita en la pista. Ella está tomando un jam de poder. A power jam.
Power jam. Jam poder.
Number 9 la trata de parar, pero no la puede parar. Ella sigue adelante y se pasa a todas las bloqueadoras para agarrar todos los 4 puntos.
Looks like we got a blocker, came right out of the penalty box. Attempted to block Monsoon, but they got around quickly. And fighting through the rest of those Santa Fe blockers with a little offense help.
Monsoon has gone through the pack. 0-1-3. Again, this is the Boston Jammer. Boston is down right now. Necesitan pasar todo el tiempo posible tratando de apuntar los puntos para el equipo de Boston en estos momentos, que es Monsoon.
Looks like our Santa Fe jammer is still in the penalty box, but is standing next to it. So they may have hit their penalties for the game. You can only get 7 penalties in a game, and once you hit that, you are out of the game, unfortunately.
Puede ser que en esos momentos el jammer del equipo azul de Santa Cruz ha obtenido el máximo número de infracciones para este juego porque vemos que estaba ella como el jammer y en estos momentos ya la han quitado de la pista o la están poniendo de regreso en the bench.
And it looks like when we thought they were booing earlier, they were saying swoon.
Swoon.
So that's a fun swoon. Great, no booing.
No booing, solo swooning. Great job in 6-2-6. Es ella la que puede pasar adentro de la pista on just a couple of her, well, on her toe stop, is coming back in, engaging through the pack, into the back of the pack as now all blockers are on the pack. In the pack. Adentro de la pista.
Santa Cruz getting hit out on that inside line. I think star pass, but then called it off. Let's see, 4 points for Santa Cruz for that jam, increasing Santa Cruz to 147 with Boston at 111.
We missed a chance to see Adams actually jamming again because I know as a pivot during this game, we've only gotten to see a couple of times.
Yeah. Both teams are very quick to call it off once that pivot gets the star.
We are at an official score of 147 and 111. So 111 for Boston and 147 for Santa Cruz as the final score. Para los puntos finales, este juego va a terminar a 147 para el equipo de Santa Cruz y 111 para el equipo de Boston.
So we're now waiting for those MVPs for both Boston and Santa Cruz.
And do you remember who's giving them the MVP awards?
Oh, yes.
It's it's Ruchik's clothing, which if you are sometimes on a, in a game and you tend to have a penalty or some, it's kind of cute to get some Ruchik's clothing because of the name Ruchik's. And they will be donating the MVP awards tonight or today throughout our tournament for tomorrow and on Sunday. We will be picking our MVP jammer, MVP blocker, and overall MVP for each team.
Looks like we're still waiting for those results, but we finally got those results from the last game for the Windy City Rollers. And apologies on not announcing those sooner, but for Windy City, the blocker MVP was Flo Ryder. The jammer MVP was Braze Satan, and then the overall was Joliet Jane. So really congrats to that Windy City team. And we will have Boston and Santa Cruz MVPs up here in a few. Getting that team picture right now, zooming in on that.
These teams are basically on opposing shores, right?
They are. That's a very good point. Yeah, California to Boston. So they probably don't get to play against each other very often. This is one fun thing about the tournaments, everybody getting to travel and come together.
Estos dos equipos que se están tomando las fotos en estos momentos son de diferentes estados en los Estados Unidos, Santa Cruz siendo obvio de California y después el Boston de Massachusetts. Diferentes mares, pero estamos aquí jugando el mismo juego.
Okay, looks like we got MVPs for Santa Cruz. Allison Thunderland for the jammer, number 66. The blocker MVP is Trixta, number 88. And then overall, Thunder Breeze, number 7. So that again was for the Santa Cruz, the blue team. And we'll get that Boston here in a second. But again, that was Allison Thunderland for the MVP jammer, Thunder Breeze for the overall, and Trixta for the blocker MVP. some MVP photos right now. Looks like we're about to get those Boston MVPs here in a sec.
They're currently calling out the Santa Cruz MVPs here in the venue. And now for the Boston MVPs.
Looks like we got Sparky for our Boston Blocker MVP, Mayor for our Jammer MVP, and Wednesday Adams for our overall MVP. I didn't realize Adams' first name was Wednesday. That's a great Wednesday Adams. So, congrats everybody, and congrats both our Boston and Santa Cruz teams. Both played amazingly and put up a great effort. And congrats on Santa Cruz for winning. So, we will see you all here in 30 minutes for our 2 p.m. game. That'll be Denver Standbys versus Elevated. And we'll figure out, Denver Standbys is our Denver team, and we'll figure out where that Elevated team is from once we come back. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you all soon.
Muchas gracias. Bye.